the dynamic island may decrease by 35%, according to a report on the iPhone 18 Pro, while Face ID might be relocated beneath the screen. Reports indicate that the iPhone 18 Pro variants will feature a smaller dynamic island cutout. This redesign is linked to a more advanced OLED screen and under-display Face ID components, as revealed by supply chain information. During pre-market trading, Apple shares experienced a slight decline. The pill-shaped cutout and software center at the top of the screen, referred to as the dynamic island, may become smaller on the iPhone 18 Pro models, based on a recent leak predicting a reduced size for the Face ID and selfie cameras. In pre-market trading, Apple shares were down approximately 0.2%. Apple has been quietly moving toward a cleaner, more immersive display without abandoning Face ID, their facial recognition login technique, which is why the discussion is crucial. The most dramatic front design change in years would be a decrease in the visible notch, which Apple would pitch as a step toward an all-screen iPhone. The most recent claims also highlight how rapidly the rumor chain can be twisted, following prior speculations that Apple would shift the front camera to the top left in a punch-hole design. A smaller center cutout is once again in focus. The cutout was even off-center in some mock-ups, a trait that some suspected may be an early design error rather than Apple's eventual purpose. Apple may embed an infrared sensor below the AMOLED screen, a sort of OLED display, allowing the visible cutout to diminish, according to leaker U1122. It stated that while staying centered and approximately the same height, the dynamic island may drop to around 13.49mm from around 20.76mm on the iPhone 17 Pro. A possible behind-the-scenes technical development was observed in a distinct supply chain evaluation. According to Channel News, which quoted ET News in South Korea, the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max may include LTPO plus OLED panels, a more power-efficient display backplane, which might also allow for the positioning of an infrared sensor used for Face ID underneath the screen. It indicated that only Samsung Display and LG Display were able to create the panels at volume, possibly replacing China's Bow on Pro models, and it also suggested a revised M6 MacBook Pro that would utilize the same screen. According to a separate allegation by Apple Insider, Apple's basic iPhone 18 may be delayed until early 2027, with the Pro variants being the company's major iPhone launch set for September 2026. Although Apple has not confirmed any modifications to its plan, the website also listed planned internal advancements, like a new A20 CPU and extra RAM. Yes, this is what I alluded to months ago, said retired display specialist Ross Young, who was reported by 9to5Mac as backing an explanation for why the dynamic island would decrease rather than disappear. According to the Insider, the selfie camera and associated hardware remain in a smaller, centered cutout that still supports the dynamic island interface, while only a few Face ID components may slide beneath the display. Some foldables hide cameras below the screen, often at the price of trade-offs, while competitors like Samsung have long deployed small punch-hole cameras on top phones. In order to make the cutout look like a feature rather than an eyesore, Apple has relied on the dynamic island. The largest concern is performance. Reviewers have warned that having Face ID hardware beneath the screen may impair infrared signals, especially in low light, and that under-display cameras may look blurry as light must travel through OLED layers. As the iPhone 18 Pro proceeds through testing and production, Apple is still allowed to adjust component combinations. The 10 most important leaks and speculations concerning the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max that you should be aware of. Now that summer is almost over in 2026, there can only be one conclusion. Apple season is rapidly coming. More importantly, a brand new iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are nearly due, along with a new iPhone. Today, we're deconstructing the top 10 rumors and predictions regarding Apple's forthcoming Pro iPhones, covering anything from substantial camera advancements and next-generation connectivity to design and display tweaks. These are the things you should know if you plan to upgrade later this year. 2. The under-display at last, Face ID technology is developing. For the first time, Apple is allegedly burying a component of the Face ID technology behind the screen. Apple has found the way to integrate some Face ID sensors into the screen itself by employing cutting-edge LTPO display technology, possibly with cooperation from Samsung. Less disturbance when watching videos, a more immersive and uncluttered presentation, Dynamic Island continues to expand as necessary. Although it's modest, you'll notice this movement every single day. You're in luck if you thought the iPhone 17 Pro looked excellent. Here, Apple isn't starting from scratch. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max's overall design is essentially unchanged. There is one minor physical modification, though. It is estimated that the phones would be roughly 0.5 millimeters thicker. That may sound depressing until you discover why. Apple is making advantage of the additional area to accommodate a larger battery, which should result in better battery life overall. Even modest battery gains on a Pro iPhone are always welcomed, even if we're not talking about a radical redesign. More power, longer days, fewer panic costs. It's that simple. Let's now examine colors, because Apple is experimenting this year. According to sources, there will be 3 new Pro colors. A softer, lighter color of purple, somewhere between typical iPhone hues and prior Pro purple. The other side. A lot of well-known colors appear to be entirely vanishing. Silver, orange, blue, and even black may not come back this time. It appears like Apple is making a bold move to completely commit to a new Pro palette. Apple is believed to integrate a variable aperture on the main camera sensor for the first time ever on an iPhone. The lens may physically open and close, to put it simply. Bright surroundings. To reduce overexposure, the aperture tightens. Dim lighting. To let in more light, it opens wider. Improved focus and depth of field control. This is a major gain in photographic flexibility rather than merely a spec bump. Even more intriguing. This time, Apple might be cooperating with Samsung rather than Sony, which would be a huge difference. Though nothing has been verified as of yet, there is discussion regarding a potential 200-megapixel sensor. It's evident that the Pro camera system needs a big redesign, especially since the 48MP sensor has been around for a number of generations. This might be the most important camera improvement in a long time. A refresh is being performed on that button. According to leaks, the present variety is costly and tough to make, so Apple is designing a new form of sensor-based button that is less expensive and easier to fix. Long-term durability and efficiency are the major aims, while the feel and design may alter dramatically. Apple is believed to deploy its own C2 communication chip in the iPhone 18 Pro series rather than relying on Qualcomm. This is the first time a Pro iPhone includes Apple's next-generation proprietary modem, and it comes after the iPhone 17 Pro models lacked Apple's C-series CPUs. The advantages: possible gains in battery life, and that's precisely where the next improvement comes in. Apple is supposedly adding complete satellite data access to the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, in addition to emergency SOS. This includes being connected, sending messages, and utilizing the internet even if you're distant from cellular coverage. The jungle, a desert in the midst of the sea. You are online as long as you can see the sky. If correct, this would significantly redefine what it means for a smartphone to be always connected. The A20 Pro chip completes the picture. All of this is driven by Apple's new A20 Pro CPU, which is built on state-of-the-art 2nm technology from TSMC. This suggests that while it might create more heat than prior versions, Apple's vapor chamber cooling technology, which debuted with the iPhone 17 Pro series, should be able to handle it without any difficulties. Do you need to get excited? To be honest, indeed. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are believed to be among the major Pro upgrades in years, with features including a smaller dynamic island, under-display Face ID, massive camera advancements, satellite connectivity, and Apple's own modem technology. Next, there are also speculations concerning Apple AR glasses. According to speculations, Apple's mixed reality endeavors were simply a crucial step toward its ultimate ambition of launching augmented reality spectacles. In an effort to better compete with Meta Ray-Bans, the corporation appears to have adjusted its concept for the original edition of this item, which is expected to be Tim Cook's greatest legacy. Apple's first-generation AR glasses will mirror those created by other firms, according to Bloomberg. The glasses are predicted to contain cameras for taking images, speakers for playing music, Apple will presumably push spatial audio in some manner, and voice control utilizing the brand new Siri. For the first generation, however, in-lens displays for actual AR content are not envisaged. Although Apple may seek to put certain health sensors in this device, it's questionable what the firm will be able to share. A prototype of running glasses with integrated health sensors that sit on the nose was presented by smart glasses firm Latitude at CES 2026. Apple may take a similar method or merge the sensors found in the Apple Watch and AirPods Pro 3. Apple may reveal these glasses later this year, but they won't be on sale until 2027, despite the fact that we still don't know much about them. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.